What would you tell somebody who is wanting to get into therapy but might be scared because, you know, their peers or someone in the outside might be like, oh, you crazy. Like, why would you go talk to a shrink? That shrink word has...
This is what I'm going to say to you, right? And we're going to take it past therapy. Do things scared. Learn how to do things scared. So if there's something that you want to do, if you want to try therapy, if you want to start a business, and you just do it scared. Okay, I tell people all the time, they say I'm so confident. I just do things scared. That does not mean there's not fear in me, but I'm going to fight past the fear. So if you feel like you want to do something, if you want to see a therapist, you want to start a business, you want to go back to school, you want to buy the house, do it.
What's going on, everyone? Ashlee B, host of Rooting for Everybody Black, and I'm here tonight in Long Island at the Keep Smiling Gala. I'm so excited to be here, speak with attendees about why they think mental health is important, bridging the gap, and breaking the stigma. Tell me how important it feels to be here tonight.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm happy to be one of the recipients for the award, and I thank the Smile Foundation for considering me.
Nice. And you?
Yeah, I think it's great what you guys do. I was here last year. It was awesome. And to see what you guys are doing for community is worth the getting dressed up, getting cute, and coming out. Yeah, it's worth it.
I love any moment to get cute.
True. Okay. But, you know, this is extra special.
Exactly.
Because it's meaningful. Yeah.
Yes. Now, when it comes to mental health in the Black community, there's often a stigma behind it, right? So how can people break that stigma?
She said, about coming to the Smile Foundation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and learning that it's okay that if you have some mental health problems, you know, you used to have, like you said, that stigma that you're crazy, something's wrong with you. And I'm happy to see that it's becoming more the norm, that people are not afraid to go get help and talk to people. And then you realize how great it is and how helpful it is.
How can we bridge the gap in breaking that stigma and bringing awareness to it?
I think we have to talk about it openly, honestly. I think we have to be more vulnerable with ourselves. I think especially in our generation, in our community, we have a tendency of shaking things off and just kind of like pushing through. I think we need to stop, talk about what's happening with ourselves, show our young people that it's okay to have a bad day and what that looks like.
Right. And this event is all about smiling. So in moments of struggle, how meaningful do you think a genuine smile can be?
I think a genuine smile in a moment of struggle can save a life.
Yeah?
I do. I really do.
Because, you know, sometimes somebody just looking at you and a smile will just make them feel so much better. It's like turning on a light for some people. Or just a pat on the shoulder or anything, because sometimes we don't know what people is going through, right? And you just take life for granted and people for granted.
And how do you prioritize your mental well-being?
That's a good question. I'm asked that often, especially in the work that we do as social workers. But it's important. Like I always say, I gotta walk the talk, right? So if I encourage my students to practice mindfulness and mental health, I have to also practice it myself.
Right. And I hear you're an honoree tonight.
I am. I'm very humbled, yes, to be the recipient of the Resilience Award.
Wow.
Yes.
And what does the word resilience mean to you?
Resilience to me just means, I think of myself as that little girl that just, no matter what, just kept on trucking in the trenches, never giving up. Even in the darkest night, the sun always comes out in the morning.
Having a therapist has been amazing.
And were you always pro-therapy? Because I know in the Black community, there's a stigma behind it. So were you always into it, or was that something you developed over time?
Over time, actually recently, I had my first therapist in 2023. And it also is like when I was younger or a couple years ago, I reached out to other people, but there just wasn't a good fit. So I always tell people.
That is so important.
It's okay for you to go to 2-3 different therapists so you find someone that actually makes sense for you. Listen, interview them. Ask the hard questions. Listen, you grown now. You got to interview the people for the right positions. Yeah. Dating, jobs, therapists.
No, seriously, for real, you gotta interview a therapist. That's so good. I'm very happy that you're prioritizing your mental well-being, and that's great advice for anyone else who may be looking at this. So as a mental health professional during Mental Health Awareness Month, how important is it to support a gala like this?
Oh, it's imperative that we do, especially understanding the message that we have here. Like Chanel has done amazing work to establish not only a group practice that can provide fabulous services, but to have a foundation to be able to support that and have access. It's imperative at this point. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here to support others, as well as give back a little bit and have a little fun.
Yes, I love that. And how do you prioritize your mental well-being?
Oh, definitely making sure that it's in my schedule. A lot of people say they're going to do it.
You got to do
And
it.
like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it this weekend. But when?
Yeah.
Let's get specific in the time so that we can have that time there for us already built in, just like we would do if anyone else needed us or if our job was calling us. Know that your care is needed and it's calling you, so schedule it and get it in.
And make sure you actually do it. Don't just schedule it and not do it.
Yeah.
What are you hoping attendees take from tonight's event?
I'm really hoping they understand the importance of having this conversation in regards to mental health. And I'm going to say it over and over and over and over again. We have to make this conversation comfortable. We need to have this conversation when we at the dinner table with our homegirls or we're at home. Just have the conversation about feelings, emotions, understanding them. How do you cope? Are they healthy coping skills? Are they not healthy coping skills? Are you sleeping too much? Are you sleeping because you're tired? Or are you sleeping because you're depressed? Right? Let's really have those conversations and make it normal.
As you know, so many people are struggling with their own mental health. So to be here and to be able to celebrate everyone collectively and put our minds and our hearts on mental health is awesome to me.
So important, especially during Mental Health Awareness Month.
Absolutely. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and an assistant principal. So I know the importance of making sure your mental health matters.
Yes, and it definitely does matter. So you work with young kids.
I work with about 3,000 9th through 12th graders.
Wow. And I'm sure a lot of them may be going through things that you may not know about. So how do you ensure a young kid knows their worth and, to ask for help if they need it?
One of the things I love to do is have grade level assemblies while I'm bringing students in and showing them the importance of their mental health. We actually had Smiley come out and talk to some of our young ladies and do a gallery walk. It was absolutely amazing. And it really made them build their confidence and their self-esteem.
Oh, that is so important, especially as a growing young child.
Absolutely, I agree.
It's amazing to be recognized and honored for something that you do naturally. When you love serving the community and you do so with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, good things happen, and it's just an honor to be recognized.
Yes. Oh, so you recognize now. You one of the honorees?
Yes, I am. I'm receiving the Trailblazer Award, but the true trailblazers are you all who put this wonderful event together and the work that you do every day in the community.
Yes, yes. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. How do you prioritize your mental well-being?
Whoa, I have been through a lot, but when people look at me, they're like, wow, you're so together, you're this, you're that. And first and foremost, I pray every day. I become one with my God. And when I do that, then I take care of my physical. So first the inside and then the out. So I affirm myself. Although I'm married, I don't wait for my husband to affirm me. I look in the mirror every day and I give myself love and affection by the things that I put in my body, the things that I put on my body. And I try my best to also have a consistent routine as far as walking, as far as interacting socially with friends who uplift me and who I pour into them as well. And then service. Service is my fuel.
Yeah.
When I am serving the community, when I'm serving children, when I see them advancing and seeing the smiles on somebody who might be suffering from food insecurity or just low self-esteem or lacking confidence or anything, all of the above, I then am full. I'm full. And all of that has to do with my mental health.
Yes.
All of that has to do with mental health. We don't realize the connection with cardiovascular diseases. We think just about like depression and things like that, but mental health is in everything that we do. It is in the core of the fabric of our well-being.
Right.
And it is our job to protect it, to help it grow and to nourish it. So, yeah.
And I loved how you talked about, nourishing yourself from the inside out, because it's so important to do that. A lot of people only see the physical, but it starts from within. So I think it's beautiful that you do that. What inspired your involvement in mental health advocacy? Like, how did you even get here?
Honestly, I didn't know I struggled with mental health.
Yeah.
And as I'm learning more about it, and my mom struggled with mental health, and I had to go on the journey with her, I realized how her journey kind of made me pay attention to my journey and the things I was looking for, and what I thought was normal was not normal, and it pushed me to get help. And once I realized that I was suffering with certain things, and I'm me, imagine how many other people like me are suffering with the same thing. So.
Right. Right. And so happy that she went and got the help because mental health is healthy. It's so funny. Well, it's not funny, but people, they don't look down on physical health. They don't look down on anything else. But when it comes to mental health, it's like, oh, that person's crazy. I don't want to talk to them.
Yes, that is, and you're afraid, and for me, you're afraid to actually get this help because it's going to my medical chart, and I don't know where my next journey is going to take me. I don't know if somebody's like, oh my God, she suffers from anxiety, or she suffers from like whatever. All those things hinder me from saying, hey, I need help over here.
Right.
So it's like I'm literally suffocating silently.
Right. And how important is it to celebrate mental health, especially during Mental Health Awareness Month?
Extremely important. I run one of the largest FQACs in New York City. We have about 5 sites, and one of our, important characteristics is mental health, to ensure that individuals don't only take care of their physical health, but mental health is connected to it. So it's extremely important to make sure it's a holistic approach to care, to health care, and mental health is number one.
And it's so sad because people often, when they say that they're sick physically, right, they go to a doctor and no one looks at them crazy. But when it comes to mental health, it's like, oh, that person's crazy. Like, why is that?
It's just a stigma. And I think, the reason why we have this gala tonight is to destigmatize that, right? To get everyone to understand that this is a part of who you are. Everyone is mental health. Everyone is connected to mental health, and everyone should take care of their mental health.
And how do you prioritize your mental wellness?
Well, I make sure that I smile every day. But no, also I make sure that I surround myself with good people. I make sure that my thoughts are always positive. And I make sure that I take care of my whole self, not just my physical body, but also take time to think and meditate and to pray.
How can people support you beyond tonight?
Honestly, just spread the word. Like, what I'm asking for tonight is obviously we fundraise, right? People don't realize that we have no grants behind us. We have no government officials behind us. Everything that we do is from fundraising.
And it's Black woman owned.
Yes, it's all through fundraising, 100% fundraise. So obviously we need your donations, but also if you have connections, if you can connect us with people that can go into schools so we can get into the schools, if you can connect us with local business owners, if you can, just connections. We want people to know that we're out here. A lot of people don't know that we're out here. So our goal is to let them know that this resource is out there.
I love that. And where can people find you on social media?
I'm Chanel_Smiley. The nonprofit is Smile More in Life Every Day. And the for-profit, which is the mental health private practice, is Keep Smiling Therapy. We smiling all day around here.
So good. Thank you.